Just a very few decades ago, there was a very dark side to how we tested new drugs on patients. There are examples like what happened in Tuskegee, Alabama, and a lot more other types of examples all around the world. So imagine a time when doctors and physicians could test new treatments on patients with virtually no external oversight. And this was the reality for how we tested new drugs for decades. And this sobering past has fundamentally shaped the way we run studies today, which are done under very rigorous protections for patients and participants. But it always wasn't this way because it was starkly different just a few decades ago. And the reason for that is there were no strict international rules and no universally mandated ethics committees. And there were also very few legal protections to safeguard the fundamental rights and well being of the participants that were being tested on. And so many studies were conducted almost entirely by individual physicians or local institutions who went on to do this without any independent oversight, and there were no external checks to verify that the studies were being conducted ethically. And also, it wasn't even ever clear if participants truly understood the risks involved, neither was it clear if they consented to even take part in these studies at all. And so, some of the things that have changed since then is we now have regulations around how we design studies, how we conduct or monitor these clinical trials, which is something that never existed in the past. We also now have something known as IRBs or institutional review boards, whose job is really just to protect the patients or the human subjects. And it's so jarring when you think that this only became mandatory in the United States in the 1970s. But without these IRBs, patients were literally left at the mercies of these doctors and physicians who did whatever they wanted. And so, even though the outcome is we still use a lot of some of these tools and products that were tested in this way, we just now have a better way of testing this without making sure that the people that are stepping up to get tested on are not put in harm's way.